Hello, I'm Katharine Jeffcoat, pediatric dietitian and owner and founder of Portland Pediatric and Family Nutrition. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather this week. My daughter came down with a cold and it's passed on to me, and I'm needing to get my family feeling better. So I rely on elderberry syrup, and this is so easy to make that I wanted to share with you how to make this. You can do this for yourself and boost your immune system, your whole family's immune system, just by taking, as little as like a teaspoon a day for children. I like to take a little bit more than that. So first, all you start with is, I get dried elderberries, organic elderberries from Amazon, and these are the ones I use. You can certainly find elderberries at a natural food store. A lot of sources for those, but I keep these in the freezer and they'll last all winter long. And so I start with 2/3 cup of elderberry, and what we're going to be doing is boiling. So 2/3 cup and 3.5 cups of water. So I'm just going to turn that on to get that boiling. And then next we need cinnamon. And so we just 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I went ahead and grated some ginger ahead of time, but fresh ginger is best. I have used like candied ginger before. The grated ginger, 2 tablespoons, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. And you'll need to have honey, but that doesn't get added till later on. And so first I'm just going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer for sometimes a couple hours, because I like a thick syrup. So I'll be back when we're ready to strain it out and move on to the next step. All right, I'm back. It's been about 2.5 hours. The elderberry has been simmering on my stove. My kitchen smells wonderful. And next I'm going to strain it. And here I just use a colander and over a bowl, and I like to have some way to mash it and press out the juice. And so it's gotten to get all that great juice in the actual elderberries. And this, then just pressing it down, get a lot of juice out of those elderberries. So I do this and make sure all the juice is out, and then once I've done that, then you can discard and get rid of the actual chunks, which is chunks of elderberry, chunks of the ginger here, chunks of the clove. So then you have a nice smooth syrup. And so once that part is done, I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to add honey. Up to, I usually add honey to taste. I think a cup is what's recommended, but sometimes it's a little too sweet, so I usually start with a half cup. And then you can pour it in a container, and it'll be ready to drink. And I'll show you that next step. All right, next time, I did go ahead and put it on an ice bath just to kind of cool it down a little bit. And next we're adding the honey. And the great thing about honey is when you have a sore throat, or your children have sore throats, it helps soothe. So I'm starting off with 1/2 cup of honey, and when it is still a little warm, it makes it a little bit easier to mix that in. And so I'm just gonna mix that in, stir it really good, and then we'll be almost ready for a little taste test. And then I like to transfer it to a storage container, and then I just keep it in the refrigerator. And you can keep this for several weeks. So I like to make smaller batches. I have doubled the batch before, but you can keep it for several weeks. Use it on your children with just a small teaspoon at a time. And I like just to store it in one of my old wine bottles. This makes it easy to store and pour out, and also to shake it up. And then just gonna get a little taster. So certainly now I'm on the road to recovery from this cold I have. Let's take a little bit of this every day. Perfect. Let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy your elderberry syrup, and good health to you.